What does IT stress mean for the enterprise? Hi, I'm Scott Bechtel. I'm a TOGAF certified architect, and for 21 years I worked in IT, and now I work as a hypnotist. So let's talk about what does IT stress mean for the enterprise. So I just want to use the TOGAF ADM to talk about that a little bit. So if you're getting a group together, I'm just starting with preliminary, right? Getting grouped together, bring in different people. You got your business people, you got your C team, you've got your architects, you've got people that are concerned about creating a TOGAF implementation for the enterprise, right? So there's going to be lots of nervous and lots of what's happening, lots of confusion, possibly, right? Everybody comes to new situations with different situations, but almost everybody that's coming to the preliminary is going to have some form of stress. It may be excitement stress. It might be dread stress, but there's going to be stress. And so someone definitely has to be the leader of leaders, king of kings. But anyway, so there's going to be lots of stress around preliminary. Getting through that process definitely can be an exercise of frustration, right? Because everybody wants their vision, everybody wants the best for the enterprise, and how to get there can be very confusing. Eventually, that all sorts out, right? Eventually, you come up with your standard operating procedures. You come up with your standard documents. You come up with your architected sequencing of how things work. If you're following TOGAF, obviously the next one is going to be the architecture vision, right? Creating your architecture vision. So now you've got a team of architects that are creating the architecture vision, and they're stressed, right? So it might be one person. That person has all the load on their shoulders. And if that's you, and that you want to change your relationship to that, let's have a chat about that. But as a team, you have the architecture vision that you're working on. And every time you're working through the ADM life cycle, you have a new project. Okay, you have, and you're going to go back to your reference documents, and you're going to architect it all out. And it should be just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then, oh wait, we've got 10 of these, and we've got to get them done yesterday, right? So that pressure, time schedule, project management is always knocking at the door. When's it going to be done? When's it going to be done? When's it going to be done? So you've got your PMO office, you've got your architect office, you've got your C team, you've got everybody trying to get everything done, wanting it all at once. How do you separate the stress in getting those documents done? Okay, so initial architecture is done, pass it off to the business team, business architect, and so now the load's on his shoulders or her shoulders, that person's shoulders. So you have that pressure. Okay, got to get all the business stuff, can't forget anything, and okay, pass it on to the infrastructure team. Okay, now everything's on their shoulders of, is there going to be the right equipment? Is the cloud going to be it? Is it on-prem? All the different structures. And then pass it on to the technology architecture. Pressure. Opportunity solutions. Pressure. Migrating. Okay, so it's been developed. And oh my God, they went through a crazy process of development. And oh, they were all stressed out. And pass it on to deployment, and just goes through the life cycle, right? Every team and department that it goes around through the ADM, through the life cycle, through everything, it's stress and pressure and anxiety, because if it's not done, then it's burning inside, right? And throughout the ADM life cycle, you can either be stressed and anxious about that process, or it can be set up so that everybody has the time that they need without punishment, I guess is a good way to say it, if things don't go as quickly as required. What if we were to architect the enterprise process in a way that everybody could do their job to their maximum best without fear for what it means if they're not on time? And that's a whole different paradigm, right? What does it mean if a project is late? I mean, I get it. There's licensing things. But if it's an arbitrary deadline, then all you're doing is creating adrenaline and cortisol stress and hormones inside the body, and you're wearing out your team for nothing if it's an arbitrary deadline. And even when it's not an arbitrary deadline, human compassion for acknowledging that people are doing the best they can do. And then there's fallout, but the enterprise should absorb that, not the people. Anyways, so if you're working in an enterprise and you're super stressed out and you would like to change your relationship to stress, change your relationship to anxiety, change your relationship to scheduling, change your relationship to how you interface with the enterprise and the work environment, I invite you to go to scottbechtelhypnotist.com/discovery. Let's have a chat about how you can change your relationship to the enterprise, change your relationship to stress, change your relationship to really the whole ADM life cycle in regards to stress and your relationship to work. Anyways, thank you. My name is Scott Bechtel. Talk to you again soon.